Welcome, chefs. Welcome back to another episode of Salt and Strive. We are greatly appreciate your time. We have a really unique, cool show today. I thought about, I need to think about the safety of these chefs. You guys, all 700 plus of you guys that subscribe to this channel, you're now considered chefs. I'm going to call you chefs. It doesn't matter your cooking status. If you're confident, not confident, you are chefs. You need to instill the confidence in yourself and tell yourself you can cook, you will cook, and you will be a great cook for your family inside of your house. Okay, let's get started. This episode here, I have my iPad. I got a lot of notes, a lot of things going over. We're going to go over tonight. I don't have any pots and pans or any food ready for you tonight because this is a very, very, very important, critical day to explain you the importance of bacteria, listeria. There's a listeria breakout today. It's been ongoing. The FDA continues to update us, but we need to be cognizant and mindful of the things that's going on to protect you and your family. Okay, so let's get started. This episode here is called the Professional Kitchen Protocol Every Home Cook Needs to Know. These are professional protocols. As you watched in my previous episodes, I'm always talking about safety procedures and protocols. Okay, so we're going to go right into this. Okay, right here, this is pine sol. Not endorsing this. We're going to get straight to it. I use pine sol, me and my family, to clean. And here's a spray version of it. So this is super concentrated. This deeply cleans. It kills 99% of germs. And the reason why I'm mentioning this, not only does it kill germs and bacteria, I haven't seen any roaches in my house for years, long time. I'm just going to keep it 100% clear, transparent communication. I'm giving you the straight secrets today. When you're cleaning your cabinets, the top of your cabinets, when you're cleaning your kitchen, period, you want to be safe because this is super concentrated and strong. If you have kids or children that have asthma, this will make you lightheaded. So you must dilute this because this is extremely powerful. Air your house out, open your windows. Me and my family use it. We air everything out. We make sure there's no pets around or anything like that. But it's some reason, ever since we started using this for very, very, very long time, we don't see any roaches. I guess they don't like the smell of it. It cleans, and we clean the entire house with this. The walls, we scrub everything. We pull the refrigerator out, sweep behind your refrigerator. That's a good thing to do. That's where they breed, okay? Pull your refrigerator out, sweep behind your refrigerator, and use this pine sol to clean, not the lemon scented, the lavender, beautiful. Now, it doesn't have the most appealing smell, but it has a smell appealing enough to keep the roaches and those brown bugs out. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to continue to move forward with the safety protocol show tonight. And bear with me because I do have my notes here on my iPad. Okay, let's talk about refrigerators. Since we're on the topic of the refrigerator, guys, chefs, it is important to clean your refrigerator out once a week. Run it low. The time that you think you're going to go grocery shopping, run it low, get a carry out, get the family together, get friends together, whoever it is. You guys come together collectively and make a schedule. Set it up in your iPhone. Set it up, alarm notifications. Take everything out. Take the drawers out. Unplug it. Defrost it. Clean it from the top freezer, bottom mount, top mount, swing mount, whatever style you have. Clean your refrigerator. Why? Because bacteria breeds in there. And this is the reason why a lot of people get sick because they never are mindful to clean a refrigerator out because we're busy. Everybody's working. Everybody has a lot of things going on. I have to stop what I'm doing. And I have to say, you know what? Nothing else matters. I need to clean and disinfect and protect my family and protect my house. This is very critical, very serious today. Okay, now it is important to be mindful. Maybe you need to organize and structure your refrigerator better. If you're taking out meats, you know they have blood, protein, and chicken juice and chicken. If you're throwing that stuff out in your refrigerator, don't put it at the top shelf of the refrigerator. Why? Because the juices will bleed and defrost down. The moisture of that raw meat will drip down, and it would literally go into everything else. You can go into your cereal, your eggs, or whatever. However you position your refrigerator, structure a way to reorganize it and make it safe. What we do on this show, and we teach my family, we put the meat, the raw meat, at the very bottom drawers of the refrigerator. Okay. Now in the middle part, you can keep your fruits and vegetables and your produce items. In the top shelf, you can pretty much organize and do what you want. But at least you're mindful that that bottom drawer in the bottom part of your refrigerator, that's where you need to have the raw meats. And guess what? When you take those raw meats out and it's time to cook them, or your fish or your seafood or whatever you got going, make sure when you take it out, you pull those drawers and wipe those drawers out with soapy water. Hot water is really a good protocol and a good standard. I have some websites here. I'm going to continue. So let's go into my notes here. Okay, we're going to have all this vital information for you as far as websites of how to learn different temperatures of meats. When I'm cooking, I'm always showing you this temperature gauge. I always ask you guys, what is it time for? It's time to temp the meat. If you ever heard that expression, you heard that from me multiple times. Okay, so these, of course, you know I went over these in the previous episodes. This is how you temp your meat. I have several of these because I do temp different sauces, different meats, different things. And you want to get into the habit of doing that, chefs. The reason why is because you want to make sure that pork, especially pork needs to be cooked all the way throughout. Chicken, I know chicken and proteins of chicken needs to be 165 degrees, but don't take this advice from me. I'm going to have all the links to the FDA and corresponding websites that you need to go and reference what I'm saying, because salmonella is real. Salmonella comes from eggs. Listeria comes from different soft cheeses and milks and different things like that. Well, it's prevalent right now because a lot of people are getting sick, and constantly, daily, the FDA is updating us, but we're so busy, we don't be mindful of it. And it's not your fault. It's not my fault. That's why here on Salt and Stride, we teach daily kitchen mastery, because we're here to help you, to walk you through these things. We're a growing community, chefs. We're 700 plus strong. We're going to continue this. The information that I have for you today on this show, share it. Share it with everybody. Okay? Send the links. Okay, so right here, safe temperatures in danger zones. This is what the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Services, the FSIS, the danger zone guidelines. You want to go to www.fsis.usda.gov/food safety. You can chefs, you can find all the information there. The information, safe minimal internal cooking temperature charts. They have charts. They have people that created all these tools and information for you that's accessible for all of us. So you can protect you and your family. Okay? Now moving on, they're going to have the FDA, US Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. They have a freezer and refrigerator storage guideline. That website is www.fda.gov/food/by storage. They even have it to where they walk you through it. And they have procedures of how you should buy and store your food. This is free information. You don't have to pay for this. You don't have to sign a membership up for this or anything. Most cooking shows is fantastic, okay? Most cooking shows that you have out on social media or YouTube, wherever you're watching your shows, okay? This show in particular is important because we want to make sure that nobody in your household gets sick. Nobody. Okay. So some of the things here. This is a palaka bag. Here in Hawaii, they have a palaka bag. This is Foodland grocery store sells these, and this to let you know, I'm still learning the history and culture of it. But these lines right here are pretty unique because they have a lot of sugarcane fields. There's a sugarcane history in Hawaii that you need to learn about. It's really cool and unique. You need to embrace the culture and the history of where you're from. And even though I'm from Texas coming to Hawaii, me and my wife, we embrace the people here. It's Ohana here. It's family here. We love each other and we all support each other. I have a lot of family and friends here. And this is a bag to where, you ever seen the Michael Jordan gym shoes? To get this, you have to stand in line at like 2 o'clock in the morning. There's 40 people outside of the grocery store lined up ready to get this bag because it's important. It's very unique and cool. Okay. Now, the other reason why I have this bag out is because when me and my family and my wife were out grocery shopping, we put perishables in here. We put like certain cheeses or eggs or things that we know if we're out driving in the car, things can go bad, things can spoil. It's very hot here on the island. So this bag it's refrigerated, it's insulated to a certain degree. So I'm gonna open this up. You can kind of see inside of it. It can fit a lot and store a lot in there. So we have several of these. We'll keep like certain meats in one bag, certain eggs, cheeses, or milks and juices or whatever in another bag. But yeah, you got to stand in line to get this one because they sell out fast and they're very unique. They're just like the Michael Jordan gym shoes. When they drop and they come out, you got to stand in line and get it. So it's really cool. There's a pride and a sense of love by having this. And this is really cool. But okay, so those of you on the mainland, if you're in Europe or wherever in the world, find these insulated, I don't know if they're like refrigerated bags or they hold the temperature and coldness of the meat to a certain degree. Now, you don't want to go extended times. You don't want to do that. I think this is just sufficient enough just to get what you need from the grocery store, put it in there, separate everything so there's no cross-contamination. Get home and get these groceries in that refrigerator, that clean refrigerator we just taught you how to clean. All right, moving forward. Okay, so I have a few items here. Acacia cutting boards. If you ever watch my previous shows, you can see that I always use these cutting boards. And there's a reason why, because these naturally resist bacteria. Now, when you use your plastic cutting boards, you want to be careful because plastic cutting boards are porous. So if you're cutting on the plastic cutting board, pretend this is plastic and that knife is going through the plastic. You want to be careful because you can put indentations inside of that plastic. What does that mean? That means that if you have raw, bloody meat, it's going to soak in and it can hide inside the crevices of your plastic cutting board. That's why I don't use them. There's nothing wrong with using them. And if you have them, it's okay. Use them, but learn more about them. Learn how to sterilize them because bacteria can hide in there. Now, don't go and throw your cutting board, your plastic cutting boards away. Don't do that. Just learn how to sterilize it. I know that in certain restaurants, as a chef I worked in the dish room, that water gets well over 160 degrees, probably 200 degrees. It'll burn your skin. Those big industrial dishwashers inside of the restaurants, yeah, those kill. That water is extremely hot. They use plastic cutting boards in restaurants, okay? But they have the water temperature and the sanitation protocol and methods to kill the bacteria inside that may be hiding inside of the plastic cutting board. Now, getting back to this, the acacia board, as you're cutting, right, it just holds its surface. So there's nowhere for the raw juice or blood to go inside of the acacia cutting board. That's why I use it. Now, to clean this, you want to take these sponges and some soap and water, hot soap and water, and you want to go for about 50 seconds. Do not submerge acacia wood cutting boards. Do not put this in a sink full of water and soak it. You will destroy this cutting board. Don't ever do that. You want to just wipe this with soapy water really good for 50 seconds. Go on the other side, go around the outer edges with this sponge, this soapy hot water sponge, and rinse it. And once you're done rinsing this, you want to dry this with a towel, a nice clean towel, and set it on a rack and put it somewhere to where this can air dry. This will air dry. Okay. Now, to condition this, you need MTC coconut oil. Research it, Google what MTC coconut oil is. Do not put any type of avocado oil or any type of olive oils. You want to avoid that because it will seep inside of this acacia wood cutting board and it will stink and cause the cutting board to get very foul. So there's a certain way that you need to learn how to condition your cutting boards. There's a certain way you need to place your food in the refrigerator. There's a certain way and protocol you need to learn because you're going to protect your family. And don't worry, we're going to have all of the resources, all of the information that I've learned that I'm sharing with you and your family. These will be in the links down below. Okay, why do I have this blender? Why do I have my blender out? Why? You know what happened to me? One day, I had used this blender and the blades in here are extremely sharp. You know what I did? Show you how perfect I am. I used it. I forgot. I got tied up, went to the mailbox and checked something and had to go somewhere. The phone was ringing, had to go run some errands. I got back home. I decided to clean this with this sponge. I'm going inside. You know what happened? I pricked my finger. Look in the inside of that. Those are sharp blades that crush ice and crush things. Boy, oh boy, my hand was bleeding. I had a mess. I learned my lesson that day. So this is how you clean a blender. And when you buy your blender and purchase your blender, they have instructions to where you can put soapy water. You can put soap and water in this. Put it in here and you can turn it on high. And it's that soapy water is going to spin. Just going to look like a tornado. And it's going to clean your blender. Or I have several of these to where now I stick the brush in there and let the brush do the work. And I clean it like that all around. Okay? Safety protocols, safety procedures. We are learning about listeria. You're learning about bacteria. You're learning how to clean. Very important, very critical, extremely critical. Okay, now we're moving forward. What you can do also is buy this dynamo. You can go to like Office Depot or whatever, printing Kinko's, and you can buy these labelers. So these labelers it's really cool. You can type out what you're storing, and whatever you're storing, you can put dates on it. This is cool because it prints a tab and you can start labeling your containers. You can do that. Or you can put it in your iPhone or your special handheld device. You can put it in your notes, the dates and times. So put alarms on your iPhone. So when your iPhone goes off, that's an indication that it's time to clean something, remove something, or throw something out. Something you didn't use. Okay? I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some Pyrex dishes here. This is another important one. I love Pyrex dishes. I have Pyrex dishes. These containers, I'm sorry. These Pyrex containers I have, and it doesn't have to be Pyrex. It can be Anchor. They have the Anchor brand at Walmart. But if you get carryouts or to go, if you're eating at restaurants or carryouts or to go, when you get home, don't leave those your food or your to go in those to go containers. When you get home, transfer them to the Pyrex. Keeps it fresh longer. It doesn't get soggy in those paper containers, styrofoam containers, and you're trying to heat. You ever try to heat food up in a microwave or something like that, and it's in a styrofoam container, and the styrofoam melts and it sticks to your food? That's another way to get sick. That plastic is leaching into your food that you're reheating at work or wherever you are. Buy these containers, reheat your food in these containers. Much safer, much better, and they come with a nice lid that vacuum seal. This is almost like a vacuum seal to where you clip. It's an airtight, leak-proof seal on it. Love Pyrex. A huge fan of Pyrex dishes. Okay, so that's important, right? We're not going to keep you much longer. We just are concerned about your safety and your well-being. That's what we do on this show. It's not all about cooking. It's not all about high flying and coming up with creative and amazing type of recipes. That's great. But what's even better is knowing the fact that you are safe inside your house. That's very important. Before I let you go, these temperature gauges you can purchase on Amazon.com or Walmart.com. Now, remember, Celsius and Fahrenheit is the type of setting. You can go in between Fahrenheit and Celsius. But long story short, if you're doing clam chowder, soups, anything like that, soups need to be brought up to 160 degrees. I know clam chowder contains milk. And when you leave any type of food out or any type of clam chowder out, bacteria can multiply very, very, very rapidly and very fast. When you guys are done cooking in your house, chefs, put your food from your dinner that you've eaten before you watch that movie, store your food and put it away immediately in a refrigerator. Do not leave your food out for hours and hours. And it's okay, we ate and everybody's eating dessert, and your belly is full, and oh, this is a really good movie that's on. Well, before you watch that really good movie, you need to transfer your food that you ate. You've finished your dinner, transfer everything in your containers. Get it in the refrigerator. Why? Because bacteria will set in and it can grow fast and rapidly. Especially like if you're doing clam chowders, that's a milk butter base. You can get extremely sick from that. And when you reheat your soups and your food and your leftovers, the food is coming out of the refrigerator for you to reheat. Make sure you get that food hot and temp it, because foods and bacteria set inside at 40 degrees. When it's in your refrigerator and you're eating cold stuff and you're snacking on a chicken wing that's cold in the refrigerator, bacteria is in that cold chicken wing because it was cooked and hot at first, but that temperature went down. And that bacteria is going to set in that protein. That bacteria is going to set in that slice of cold pizza that if you're eating. I've been guilty of it because I've had cold pizza before. It tastes good, but it's not good when you got to go to the hospital and you're sick and you don't know what's going on. Okay. We appreciate you here at Salt and Strive. I'm going to make sure I get all the full details and information available for you and your families. Please stay safe out there, guys. Okay. I had a lot of different ideas. I was just going to whip it up and cook something up good for you today. But it's also good to whip up and cook up some knowledge. Cooking up knowledge, priceless. Thank you for tuning in for another show or episode of Salt and Strive. You guys are now chefs. That's who you are. That's what your name is. You are chefs. You are no longer subscribers. We love you. Take care. We'll see you next week. Next week, we're going to cook. We're going to get those pots and pans back out. We're going to have something fun and amazing. All right. Take care, and we will see you next week. And thank you for tuning in for another episode of Salt and Strive.